As long as I'm making at least a 1-on-1, I'm cool with that. So then this is consolidating, and these are simply manipulations. Now, when it tapped into it, now in real time, I got in. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Wolf back with another recap video. Yeah, I got a banger for you guys today. I placed 2 trades with the NASDAQ, and it was actually netted me about $1,000, about $1,100 across two accounts that I'm trading. So yeah, it was a very beautiful trade, just textbook setups, and it was like just a perfect day to trade on a Monday, ironically. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. Both of these trades were on the NASDAQ, and they were both more so market structure, just like I said, very textbook strategies that, you know, anyone that can really use. But you'll see these every once in a while, just really easy setups. But you got to be on the charts to be able to, you know, to catch them while they're happening. So yeah, I'm going to be posting somewhere on the screen like the actual results, and but yeah, I'm gonna get into where I got in and exited as well. So yeah, let's get started. So it's Monday. Monday can be sometimes could be a little weird depending on, you know, if depending on what happened last week and if there's news. Today there was no news, but this is the beginning of the week of Thanksgiving. So as we were trailing in for NASDAQ, this is what I saw, right? From last week, ended last week. I'm just gonna draw out this zone right here. Actually, let me put a box. Oh my God. Put a box around this general area right here. Now, if you haven't seen the video on the market structure, I posted part 1 and part 2. Definitely check it out so you understand what is market structure and how to read it. So this right here is signifying, based off of market structure, kind of consolidating. And the reason why is, as you see at the bottom right here, this is the lowest price went in this move. Now, this is Sunday night or Monday morning. So this wasn't last week. This is the price action on NASDAQ on, let's say Sunday, last night, and this morning, early this morning, 3 o'clock. So this is what was going on in London. It was kind of a lot of, it was up, it was down, it was kind of trailing sideways as we can see this visually. But all last night, there was just consolidating. So market structure, I'm going to type this up so you can see what I see basically. So this is the low right here. This is the low, and this is the swing high. All right. Now, if you draw within this range from the low to the high, as in price, and this is why I consider it a range, because in Asian session, right, it was going up, and then it was going down, and then it was going up, and then it was going down. By the time it got to New York, this is what you were seeing, right? So what I see through all of this, I see where the high is, I see where the low is, right? Market structure, what we wanted to see really, if this is truly going in an uptrend, is for it to break structure right here, this high, and then, you know, come back to retrace and then continue to go up. We didn't see that by the time we came to New York. By the time New York came, or at least, you know, people starting to wake up and etc., price started trailing back down, so it was in a range. Now that we understand why this is not like an uptrend or downtrend, this is trailing sideways, because you look at the high and the low and neither one of them was broken. All right. So now we can start to scale in. Okay, well, we understand that this is a range. Let's see if we can see anything else. So I was looking for the support and resistance, relatively equal highs and equal lows. Now, at this low here, it's only been tapped in once. At this high, it's been only tapped in once. But in between this whole range, the high and the low, as this is what we see when we come to the market. So you'll know what the low is and the high is. But what we're looking for is equal, like a key level, which is in this case a support. And let's say around here was basically like the resistance. As you can see, generally that price bounced from here to here to here to here, right? Price shot up, came back into this range, right? came, tapped the support again, broke down, broke back up, back to support, came to resistance, broke up, broke back down, resistance, support, came, broke down, and then it broke up. So you see how many taps that you see on both sides. So generally, this is the area right here that is confirming that this for sure is a range. Now, this is a key level. We want to take our entries off of key levels. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind. Now, let me move that out the way. And we understand that this is the high right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna stretch this out right here. Like, let me just put in a general area because it's never going to be a specific price. Now, this is what I saw before, I pulled the trigger. So let me go back to my replay. So the session started, right? I see this. In my head, it's like, okay, this is a low, but this is a high, right? I understand that this is very choppy. It's a mess, but market structure, right? We still got to pay attention to that. What is the most latest thing that has happened? The most latest thing that is happening, even though this is in a range, is that it is making higher highs right here. Now, when price started to come back down, as you see right here, price came down and then stayed above this wick. I'm sorry, it stayed above this support, closed above the support, came up, came back down, closed above the support, right? Price came down, closed above the support. So when I'm starting to see this, I understand that this is the swing low. Price did break structure to the upside, making this the high. If I look in the previous days, I guess I can't go back that farther. This was going up. NASDAQ was going up. All right. So now what I wanted to see, okay, because if we're looking at this right now, we can see relatively equal highs right here. Right. This is a resistance area that was once support. Price came, bounced off, and then it broke through. Resistance, came back down to the original strong key level support, came back up to this resistance right here, and etc. So it's trailing. So I want to see price either, do this right here to continue down or up, right? Breakout and or up, right? Now, the thing about when you start to notice and when you see that there is a consolidation, there's typically basically accumulation on both sides. There's a lot of money that is accumulating to then it's going to break out and typically break out with a lot of pressure. And this is kind of what I was expecting this morning. It's a Monday. People could be beginning to buy early this week and sell off during the end of the week, right? A lot of different reasons. There was no news. So this is kind of what I was expecting. That was my only two options. If it doesn't do these, I prefer not to enter, right? So market structure. I want price, now that the session has begun, I want price to break above here and stay like close, or break below here and close, like stay, like as far as like close, and then continue with those arrows that I just drew. All right. So price going sideways. It's still in this range. And then let's see, price broke a little below here. Still, there's a lot of support right here. This is 1, 2, 3. This is the second time in the session that I'm actually going to place my entries. Second time, there is another support. All right. Broke down. Okay. Now this closed under here, right? Now, if you go to the 1 minute time frame, right? 1 minute time frame, this is a low. And this is the more recent low right here, right? We see where the low is and it has been before. We got to keep this in consideration. Price was down here before, price came up. And until price breaks like this down here, I really don't feel too comfortable with selling. So my bias is automatically kind of to buy because of the previous day structure. I understand this is consolidating, and these are simply manipulations, taking a lot of people's stop losses out. This is potentially another one, and this is what I saw, right? Price broke down, and then it rejected. Okay, so this made another low on a 1 minute time frame. If you go to 1 minute time frame, you'll be able to see that in more detail. So it's like, okay, cool. Now, price, I want to see if he's going to give me a little bit more. Price breaks down, back up. So there's still buying pressure, right? So I mean, the wicks tells the story. It does the damage as well. But the actual closure of the candle, like for instance, right here, is where I want to see a true closure below here, right? So I'm still hanging on to it. This is very choppy. I don't want to be all in this, right? You see a lot of wicks going down, big bodies going up into the range, prices coming down, still spiking back up. There's a lot of support holding. This is a huge candle. That's cool, but wicks to the downside and no continuation, no rejection, and then continue to go down. I don't see that. So not too confident, right? Right. This right here is what I'm like, okay, I'm either just going to wait or I'm just not going to take a trade because my bias is I want to buy. I want to buy. There's a lot of buying pressures. Buyers are keeping up this area for some reason, right? So now we're back into this range. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, this right here, this sold me right here. This sold me right here. So, and let me see. Hold on real quick. Let me move this down. From here, I'm like, breaker structure, failure to close. Let me get rid of these other lines right here. Right? So we're looking at this area, failure to close right here. So for me, this is a very good area to get in. Now it is still in a range. I want to, make that apparent. I want to, throw that out there. Hold on real quick. Okay. My bad. So around this area, yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Now, since this market structure, let me go to my line graph. Market structure is very true, right? We understand that this is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? We understand this, right? So we know when it's making lower lows, lower highs based off market structure, it is in a downtrend. This is the first impulsive buy at a support, right? Because you see right here, when the buyers start to come in, it spiked up, broke structure, it kept going up. And I was thinking the same thing. So prices coming down, trilling down, and then it broke up. So I got in. Let me go back to the candles. I got in, and I kept my stops like pretty much like the same width, like around here. And I was kind of like going back to towards the top because I see where the high was. Now, I got into this trade, and I kind of like just kind of let it do its thing. Now, price just shot up. Price shot up. So this right here actually netted me $516 from this trade right here. Now this is based off of market structure. I understand. Sorry about that. Market structure. Let me turn this off. This is understanding that this is understanding where you are in the market, which is market structure, proper market structure. Prices going up and down. It's been doing that since Asian session and London. New York finally took off. So when this happened, the breaker structure, as price failed to go lower and lower, it kept getting rejected. Buyers are clearly in here. And for whatever reason, I actually don't really know the reason why. It just started to pop off, and I got in and rolled that up. And this actually, that was a $516 trade. So yeah, I'm gonna put that up on the screen. And yeah, so that's gonna lead me to my next trade. When this happened, this is just simply a breakout. I would combine market structure, price action, and a breakout strategy. Okay, now the second strategy that I used was actually a demand strategy. What I did is I waited. If you understand about demand, and I need to make a video on supply and demand. So that was the first trade right quick. Let me delete this. So I took my profits. I'm like, okay, cool. It's like what, 830, 840, let's see, 835, 845. So that played out within 10 minutes, $500 something, right? So, cool. So what that did, if you know demand or supply and demand, it was a high probability demand sitting right here, right? And it's for me, it's the last candle sellers or opposite candle, that is for in this particular case, it's the last seller's candle before buyers just took over. So all I wanted to see is what happened. So this is what I did after I won that trade, right? I drew this out. Now, because of the range is being so like it's long, and price could just simply continue to go parabolic and just like, just keep going up all day, right? So I was keeping in mind, well, the only other thing that could happen as far as like price to be able to come down is the stock market opening, which is at 9:30, or just maybe it could come back down before the stock market open. Either way, I'm not going to be on the chart. So what I did is I set an alert. Well, I can't really do it on replay mode, but set an alert. So I set an alert right here just before my 5-minute demand zone, and I just waited. Fast forward, price went up, right? Price started to trail back down, okay? Because we're still going off of market structure. This is a very important area because not only did its price spiked up around this area, it left a lot of gaps. Left a gap here, and it left a gap right here, aka reasons for it to come back down. And these gaps need to be filled. There needs to be balance in the markets before it continues direction, whether up or down. It doesn't even matter. But I'm expecting or more so anticipating price to come back down here to fill those gaps and balance the market out, because this is a very impulsive move. Very impulsive move. After all of this, the London session and Asian session, it's been going sideways until a very impulsive move. I want to capitalize on that. So I waited till price came back down, and also too market structure. So this is going to be just simply a demand strategy with gaps, high probability, plus market structure breaks. When this move happened, it broke all of these previous highs in about 15 to 20 minutes. That says something about this area in this zone. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what I want to see once price come back down. Anyways, price shows. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Price start to come back down. Boom. Tapped into it. Now, when it tapped into it, now in real time, I got in. And because I already won some profits, I kind of just like a little bit lower my risk. So I was risking about like 300, right? I won 500. I won 500 on one account. And usually, typically when I'm up, I don't want to give profits back, as far as like nobody really wants to, but I am willing to risk, maybe half the profits that I've gained, depending on how big the number is. I'm willing to risk. So I risk about like 300. I risk about 300. So if I lose this trade, I'm up 200 on a day. I'm cool with that. But this one, because of the range and the spike, and it's NASDAQ. NASDAQ, you can make a lot of money and lose a lot of money. But since I saw the range, I'm like, you know what? Let me just risk 300 on this. So what I did is I set a limit order, and I put my stop somewhere below here. And to be honest, going way up here is like, I want to take some profits. I'm not gonna lie. This right here is a 1-4. Now, are you gonna get a 1-4 all the time? No. That's not realistic, to consistently get 1-4. It's like, no. So as long as I'm making at least a 1-1, I'm cool with that. So let's continue. Now, in real time, price, you saw that big candle. At one point, it was a big body. So that's intimidating to some people. And I get it. Price count came down, tapped me right here, tapped me in because I got an alert. And I also got filled into that entry right here, right? I already know how much if price can just shot straight through, all right, well, I lost 300, but I'm up 200 on the day. I'm done trading. Price came down and shot up just like this, right? Just like this. Now, I was risking about 300, right? From this range, 300. And I said I need to get at least a 1-1. So a 1-1 would be like, right, let me see. 1-1 is right here, right? By like this. So I'm up by 300, right? Price came down and price shot back up all the way up here. Now I have a screenshot of like generally where I exited my my trade, but price came way up here. So I'm like 1 to 2.1 I think, something like that. But I think when I had hit the button because of slippage and everything, I got out around like $645 on this trade. So when you combine that 600, right? Let me write this up. So this trade was about like 645. I think this trade over here was about like five. What was it? What did I say? 516 or something like that, right? So, and this was just a breakout. Was a breakout right here. Let me see. I forgot where I put my stops. I think I got it. No, I just got in right here. Yeah, I got in right here after that market structure break. And then 1-to-1 if we're here. So let me see. Boom, right? So between these two trades, man, hold on. These two trades netted me, let me see, 161. And I was done for the day. Get in, get out. Like this was a demand. This right here was a demand / market structure and price action. But I had set a limit order. I got into this order, this trade right here manually, which means I pressed the button. I knew how much I was risking. It was a breakout. It was the first momentum, like on some real momentum, and the failure to close, like and break, like continue to go lower. All right, and that was that push right there. Granted me $500 right there. Man, if I wrote that out, it would have been a crazy number today just on this trade alone. I probably would have been done too. But this second one, I couldn't just pass up because you see it all the time. This is the demand right here. So yeah. So that was my two trades today. Like and it's just like, yo, it's just a smooth Monday. Like I want to catch some more trades, throughout this week. I'm trading different accounts, so it's just like, I don't want to necessarily risk everything on one account. That wouldn't be like the smartest thing, unless you're doing a personal account. But I would have lowered my risk for sure. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate y'all watching this. If y'all have any questions, or if y'all don't understand like supply and demand, or if there's something that didn't like resonate with you guys, definitely message me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on there as well, and leave your comments down below on this setup. So yeah, I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.